Hello. How's it going? Congratulations on first Kaz. Congratulations on second Shirley. And congratulations on third Ricky. How are you guys doing? We be knitting, but we're no longer on the sleeve. I've actually done a couple rows already today. Cause I was just in the mood to knit. So tired. I could feel that. I had this weird ass dream just before I woke up this morning. It actually woke me up because I was yelling in my sleep. I don't talk often in my sleep, and usually I'll wake myself up if I talk in my sleep. And I woke up to yelling in my sleep. Like I was like giving someone shit. So yeah, that was my morning. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna be super productive today. I'm gonna do a run to the dump because I got some garbage that needs to be taken, and I have to check the mail and this and that. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get the garbage done today. I just don't feel like it. But I'll clean my car out because my car tends to become a dumpster. I get fast food and then I just like throw the bag in the back and yeah. So I was like, I need to clean out my car. I gotta get prepared for when I go visit my brother. She was. Actually, she was. Where were we? We had gone somewhere to somebody's house to visit. And Mom was doing something that was frustrating me. And I wasn't like yelling mad. I was yelling frustrated because she wouldn't stop doing something. I'm like, Mom, you gotta stop. It was kind of funny. Oh yes. Um, but yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna clean the garbage out in my car. I'm like, let's go get the mail first. I gotta check the mail. Turns out I had way more than I expected in there. But I dealt with the mail. I had to drop something off at my auntie's, and I'm like, when I get home, I will start cleaning my car out. I'll back it up close to the house so it's all ready, good to go. I leave my auntie's and I decide I want a coffee. So I drive downtown, get myself a coffee, come back, end up scrolling on my phone, sitting in my car in the driveway, scrolling on my phone, going, I'll get to clean out the car in a minute. I'll clean it any minute now, right? Finally, I just gave up. I'm like, I'm clearly not cleaning the car out. I'll clean it out tomorrow. It's all there tomorrow after swimming, and then it'll be good to go. Not going swimming anymore. Not like ever, but a week or so. So I'm like, well, now I have no excuse. The garbage is going to the dump, and maybe I can actually get some yard work done. Hey, Kiki, how's it going? I was trying to be productive today, and I was kind of productive. I did get my dishes done, and I cooked myself a really nice supper. I did boiled potatoes, chicken breast, and I tried out my new air fryer finally that I got myself, and I did asparagus in the air fryer. You are a noisy train. Rude. Anyways, I tried out my new air fryer. It was very nice. And I lost train of where I was on my knitting for a second. I got more of my dad's room cleaned today. It was very good. The closet is now cleaned, and we can open the door all the way. Nice. That's awesome. My goal for tomorrow will be cleaning the living room. It's not bad. It just needs a few things moved out, and the floor is swept and washed. All the clothes around his bed and stuff. Nice. Speaking of clothes, I gotta go through a bunch. I have 2 laundry hampers full of clean and dirty clothes, which means basically everything needs to be washed. Because they just kind of got shoved in a corner, and then everything got shoved on top. I gotta get to that, but I'm not there yet. I'm gonna work on the living room first, get that done, move the litter box from the back corner of the hallway out so I can actually access it properly and easily. And when it's tucked in a corner, this is the problem. I am a very much out of sight, out of mind person. So when the litter box is not like constantly either smelling or looking at me in the face, I don't get to it as often, and then it gets icky, and I don't like that. Hey Retro, hey Gigi. So tomorrow my goal is, after I deal with the garbage, we are going to do garbage first thing tomorrow. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's getting done tomorrow. But after garbage is done, it will be getting the living room organized. Well, not organized, because there's not really much in there, but like the few stuff that needs to go out. And then I need to move the litter box in, or like to the one corner of the living room where it will yell at me every day, so I have no excuse but to clean it. And then hopefully then we'll be able to move my mom's bed back in, so that I have like a somewhat kind of like couch-ish kind of thing going on, so that I don't have to sit in that recliner when I'm in the living room, because it's uncomfortable, and it hurts my back. Well, actually, it hasn't been hurting my back because my back's been getting better, but still. So I've been lurking a few minutes and just got into bed, so tired. Hopefully I will see a bit of stream before falling asleep, right? Are you feeling any better? Is it just tired, or are you still kind of feeling like garbage? Exactly, one step at a time. I got the dishes done today, and I went and got the mail. I didn't think I'd been gone that long, but there was a lot more mail in the mailbox than I expected. I was expecting one parcel and maybe my typical like electric bill and gas bill. I had 3 parcels. I had the bills, the expected bills, and then I had a few other things. And I was just like, holy crap. What the heck? Nice, Retro. Congratulations on your wink wink 95 stream streak, because that's technically what it was. I went today and bought more yarn. Nice. The first ended the same. Oh, nice. I love when that happens. Only took 13 big bags of trash out today, and an old motor scooter that doesn't work from Mom that was disabled, or for Mom that was disabled and has been gone 6 years. Oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of stuff. And that's awesome. That sounds like you guys had a good, productive day, and I bet you it feels good. I know it always feels good when I have a productive day. I did not have as productive of a day as I wanted, but I did do some stuff, and that made me feel good. Burn, baby, burn. Yeah, this time I didn't just grab a ball willy-nilly like when I had to switch balls. Cuz we're on the third ball now. I I actually went and looked to see if there was one that lined up with what I was ending. Because here on the sweater, that actually, you can almost kind of like, it doesn't do the fade. It's got like a hard line, white to pink. And that's because I just started the ball and I was too lazy to do like a matchup or anything. So I'm going to try to not do that anymore. A lot of other crap done too. That is awesome, Kiki. I almost called you Gigi. Kiki and Gigi are starting to get mixed up. Oh no. At least you know you guys have like similar sounding. It's just like a k and a j. But I mean, I call everybody retro. And what was that? Oh, the other night I called Pele Knitter Girl. So I mean, it could be worse. I'm just saying. Me and names. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's okay. I keep calling Mystique Pickles. Pickles or Vinny. Whenever I get frustrated with her, because when I'm playing my game, she likes to go in front of my screen when she wants attention. You gotta figure out what she wants. Does she want pets? Does she want treats? Does she want to go outside? You gotta figure it out, because she won't tell you. Some days she will. Most days when she wants outside, she'll go to the door and meow. But yeah, there's just some days where you just don't know what she wants, and she'll just keep going in front of the screen, and it'll be like, Pickles, Vinny, Mystique. Yeah, she's been outside all day today. I haven't spent any time with her today. I got up this morning. I put her out on her leagues. It was really nice this morning. And even fed her breakfast outside. Usually, of course, it's warmer now, but like all winter, I would feed her in the camper, and then I would go over in the afternoon and let her out for a little bit during the day, and then I'd come back over here. But we're getting the nice weather. And yeah, she hasn't pestered me once today. She's got water, she had food, she's had beautiful, nice weather and sunshine. She's in her glory. I'll have to give her extra cuddles tonight, though. It's been a good day, right? It usually happens eventually to somebody. Their name's gonna get mixed up, or I'm gonna mix up their name. And it's not like I think that I'm talking to that specific person. It's just I say the wrong person's name, and it just doesn't register sometimes that I even said the wrong person's name. So yeah, I switched cables and needles earlier today before stream. right? I don't know what. Maybe that's why. It's because I saw you come in, and then I was talking to. I have no idea. I can't explain my brain. I just know that I often will call people the wrong name, and it's not intentional. And it could just be because I grew up with my mom doing the same freaking thing to me all the time. I don't know. The amount of times that I've been called my aunt's name, or the amount of times that my aunt has been called my name, or one of my aunts. Oh, yeah, that's what I forgot. There was something that I wanted to show off. So, my parcel that I went to pick up was a Temu parcel. My dinner plate that I forgot to take to the kitchen. And where did? Oh, I know, I left that one out. I got a really cute bag. I may have to change my cute purse to another cute purse, but. And this was another Temu order. This little bag here. This is my little travel in my car knitting sock bag. The strap is too short for me to like. I can't wear things just over my shoulder because my shoulders slope. So I was hoping that this bag would have a long enough strap that I could put it over my head, but it doesn't do that. It chokes me out when I do that. So I might replace the strap for a longer strap at some point in time. But whatever. I have upgraded my stitch markers again. They're kitty ears again. And they're rainbow colored. And I got two sizes. I got this size, and then I got the little guys somewhere in here. I sorted them all out. Here's the little guys. Little guys. And each, because I had quite a few. Surprise, surprise. I sorted them out. This is my travel container. Yes, I have this many stitch markers for a travel container. There is one crochet stitch marker, because I rarely ever use stitch markers in crochet, but occasionally you need the ones that oh, sorry, I got two crochet stitch markers in there. Ones that you need to like undo and do up. And then because the color kitty ones, there was 3 stitch markers per color. So I took one of each color on both sizes and put them in this little container. And then I took a couple of my gold ones, you know, my usual ones that I use, and put them in that container. And then I took a couple of the mushroom ones, so I have a couple mushrooms, because you know sometimes you just need a mushroom stitch marker, you know. So put a couple of those in there, and then I put all the rest. I sorted it out, and I put all the rest back in my cute little container that the gold ones came in. I know I'm far too excited for this stuff. It's just stitch markers, but your cute little rainbow kitty cat ear ones, I am going to like these. They're nice and smooth. They don't have the rough edges like my other little guys do. So yeah, these are my new everyday stitch markers. Then this is my new travel stitch marker case. And so far they're just kind of going in here. They will need to probably go in my other bag, but for now. Then all the other kitty cat eared stitch markers that I didn't like because of the rough edges, because they're metal and they have rough edges, they all went in here with my I like these stitch markers, but I never use them stitch marker container, Because, like, come on, these are awesome, but the clips are terrible. So we gotta get, eventually, I will get those clips replaced, and then we can use the pretty ones too. I know, far too excited over stitch markers. As it stands, I'm not allowed to buy any more stitch markers unless they're the crochet ones, because this is all I got for crochet stitch markers, and they're just the crappy plastic ones, but that's because I like never use them, right? So I might have to invest in some crochet ones at some point in time. They have kitty ear crochet ones, and I've looked at them several times, but they're the slide-in ones, not ones that like do up, and sometimes these are better because you don't risk losing them. So we might eventually find some really cute safety pin style crochet stitch markers, and then my stitch markers will be complete until I see the next stitch marker that I want. But for now, I've got lots of stitch markers. Lots. Maybe a little too many. Isn't the bag cute? Yes, I really like it. It's a little bit smaller than what I hoped. Like, I thought, like, in the post it looked a little bit bigger. Not much, but a little bit. So you can't fit much in there. But it is a cute little bag. And I really like it. And so yeah, this is my travel sock knitting bag. And we got a pickles. We got some pickles. You got babies. You should have heard her growling today. I was sitting in my living room, and the cats were looking out the window, and then all of a sudden she starts growling, and she jumps down from the box that she was sitting on, and she kind of like looks all sketched out, and she's looking at the door, just looking at the windows, and then she like runs down the hallway growling, and Vinny's like all like sketched out, and he goes to the cupboard door, and he's like, I gotta go hide. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I look outside, there's a truck parked across on the other side of the road from my driveway. Some like, I think it was like a gas company truck or whatever. And they were doing something across the street, right? Because I think they're getting. I know that our gas company is getting prepared to start replacing all our gas meters with newer ones. So I don't know if they were checking certain like gas line shutoffs or something. I don't know what they were doing. But yeah, they were all like freaking out that someone was there, and I'm like, they're not doing anything. They're not coming over. You're fine. Vinny comes out. He's like, are you sure? Pickles would not come out. She hid all afternoon. She's like, nope. The bad guys are coming. I love my cats. Do I love the fact that they're like terrified of people coming to the house? No, I don't like that. Especially Pickles. Pickles never used to be that way. But I think Vinny sort of trained her that way. Because yeah, Pickles usually was like the curious cat that would come out and be like, oh, who are you? Vinny that would like freak out when people come over. I've been working on the garden bullet journal. Nice! Speaking of gardening, I gotta build the garden box because I made a. I wouldn't say I made. Okay, I sort of half committed myself to putting together the garden box that I originally bought for Mom, that I knew she would never use, but putting it together and planting a couple things this year. Not much. Probably just a couple tomato plants, maybe some beans or something like that. I don't know. But today, when I was cooking supper, I grabbed my bag of potatoes, and most of them are starting to go to seed, right? And I don't care if potatoes go to seed unless they're like really gone to seed or start to get really soft. I'll just like break everything off, chop them up, cook them. But I was just like, I should plant some of these. So I texted my auntie. I'm like, is it like, can you plant potatoes yet? And she's like, yeah, you can plant tomatoes or potatoes now. I just don't do it until later on because she likes to make them last through winter. And I'm like, yeah, I got some potatoes that are going to seed. I'm just thinking of throwing a couple of them in the ground and seeing what I get. Store-bought potatoes, you don't always get the best of yields, but you usually get something. So I'm like, why not? They're going to seed, so might as well plant them. And I'll just throw them into the flower bed that's more grass than plants. My aunt's like, maybe put a marker so you know where they are, so you don't accidentally dig them up when you weed. I'm like, right? Yes, weed. Yeah. Yeah. I do have I bought myself one of the twisty garden tools, even though I know that somewhere in the back of the chaotic greenhouse there is one or two. But I bought a new one, and that helps get the grass out, because the grass is like terrible in that flower bed. The grass is completely taken over. There wasn't a lot of like perennial flowers in there. It was all like, there was like a couple perennials, and then most of it was some annual flowers I bought Mom. So the flower bed just went to grass basically after that first year that we made the flower bed. And I would like to reshape it, because it's like kind of like this big circle that's annoying to deal with. Reshape it and take back some of my lawn, but I don't see myself doing it this year, so I figure, well, I might as well do something with the flower bed and throw some potatoes in the ground. I won't plant any other vegetable in the ground, but potatoes I will plant. I don't do ground gardening because that's a long way down. No, and I hate gardening to begin with. So, I mean, I'm the person that when I drop something on the floor, I will stand there and look at it and contemplate my life, and whether or not I'm willing to bend down to pick it up. Because bending down and picking something up off the floor, A, could result in, dear God, my knees, or B, dear God, my back. So it's like, is it important? I do have a Mr. Grabby. That helps. But there are times if something gets dropped on the floor, it might just stay there. I'm hoping now that I'm swimming and getting back into shape, it'll get easier. to pick things up. But that's a long way down to the floor. I'm tall, okay? That is a long way down to the floor. And my knees don't like cooperating with me. Keep forgetting that I work back and forth now. I'll get there, guys. Hi, buddy. Yeah? He took up Bob's. You good boy? You good boy? Well, thank you for the kisses. Oh, earlier today I was knitting and he came up on my desk and he hooked his leg in my yarn and then jumped down and started running out and the yarn kept going with him. And then when I was trying to get it back, he's like, oh, I'm going to play with this. Like, you little shit. Like, you did that on purpose. I can tell. I also need to mow my lawn. I don't want to mow my lawn. I hate mowing my lawn. But my back's not bugging me anymore. So far. And the longer I wait, the harder it is going to be to mow. So, I just gotta suck it up. Not to mention gas prices have finally gone down, so not that it takes much gas to mow a lawnmower. To mow a lawnmower. Oh, guys, I worry about me sometimes. 172, we are currently, unless it changes tomorrow, we are currently at 169. Well, actually, up the hill it's 167, but I gas up at the grocery store because I like the points. So, basically, the points that I get almost equal the amount of savings. I think. I don't know. I haven't really done the math. Yeah, ours just changed I think yesterday. I didn't go anywhere yesterday, so I'm thinking it was yesterday. Because Sunday, no, Monday, so what day is it? It's Tuesday. So Monday, yesterday, it was 179. So it changed today. Or yesterday afternoon sometime. Behave yourself now. It was only one bit. I could have used the whole 3,000, but I only did one bit. So now that I've finally tried my air fryer out and I like it, I have a feeling I'll be cooking with it a lot. We'll see. Today it was like, I want to use my air fryer. And I don't know if I want to use my air fryer. But I'm going to use my air fryer. And I did that all freaking day. And then finally when it came down to it, I'm like, I am going to use my air fryer. I'm going to take a week off. My back hurts too much. I have enough just trying to journal, right? I don't think I ever asked, did your journal work really well last year? Because like I know that we talked quite a bit about it and you showed quite a few pages in the beginning, but I don't know if we like talked about how all your planning and everything and what you did, how it worked out. I'm going to assume that because you're doing it again this year that it worked out really well. I wish that I could get into gardening. I have tried off and on for years to get into gardening, and when I was younger I enjoyed the planting process, but that is cool, right? It's like, okay, we planted these tomatoes this year, we are not doing this. Oh, that's awesome. So are you going to try new tomatoes or just stick with the ones that you were happy with? Oh no, you cool. Connection. Behave yourself. I hope that was just a blip. Oh, we got some sirens. Sound like an ambulance. Congratulations on your 3-stream streak, Mama. How's it going? My dad and I are now calling our small bathroom the Chokey. Dog peed on my bed twice today because she got left in the house alone, so we put her in the bathroom when we left again, and she was not happy, and we said, you didn't like the Chokey, did you? No more bad potties, right? We couldn't remember which ones we liked the year before, so this helped. Right? No kidding. Oh, I'm glad that the journal's helping. I wish that I could do journaling like that. It never. I'll start off with great intentions, and then it maybe a page or two, and then I forget that it exists. Hey Acid, how's it going? Pretty good. Got dishes washed today. Have one more load of laundry to fold, then more sheets and blankets. Nice. Hydrate. I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy that I got a washer again. Because our washer died and I was hand washing everything and then putting it in the dryer. And it worked. But it was kind of like one load of laundry a day. And obviously they had to be smaller size laundry loads. So it is nice that I don't have to worry about that anymore. This washer is a good little washer. Still trying to figure out all the settings on it. You just have one dial and then 10 billion settings. So scrolling through. I'm like, wow. Takes an hour and 7 minutes. Got one smaller? I don't need to take an hour to spend washing, because now that I'm swimming, I'm pretty much doing laundry every other day to wash the clothes that I swim in and my towel. I do have some swimsuits coming though, so it'll be nice when I don't have to do it every single day. I've done that too. We hand dry our clothes. I've hand dried my clothes too. I prefer to dry in a dryer. Not gonna lie, I am not a fan of clotheslines. One, the clothes are never as soft, okay? No matter what. Some people are like, oh, I hang it out on the line, then I bring it in and I fluff it in the dryer. No, it doesn't work. It does not work, okay? Two, if you hang clothes outside on a clothesline, yes, they smell beautiful, but if you live near a busy road or you have trees that love to throw pollen, your clothes aren't so clean anymore. Just saying. So, yeah, I like my dryer. Is it a waste of electricity? Hell yeah. But I got soft clothes and they're clean. So, It's nice to have the freshness. It is, if you live in an area where you're not by a busy road, or you don't have a bunch of pollen trees around you, it is not bad. It's quite nice. But yeah, if you get a lot of pollen in the air, or you live by a road that creates a lot of dust, clotheslines are horrible. Hanging inside's better, but you still don't get as nice soft clothes. That's just not as soft as a dryer. I mean, I could get used to it. Honestly, I could. But if I have a dryer, I will use it. When I was a kid, we grew up on clothesline clothes, and in the wintertime we had this really cool pulley rack that came down over top of our kitchen stove. Used to be like electric on one side and then a wood stove on the other. I miss that stove. That was a great little stove, but the burner started going, so they had to replace it. And so yeah, the clothes rack used to hang above that, and that's where my mom dried our clothes. And then when we replaced it with a different stove, I think that rack just kind of got moved down into the... Did we move it into the basement, or did we move it into one of the bedrooms? I can't remember, but we didn't really use it much after that. We mostly used the... I'm in Canada, yes. The clothes do soften. I'm not gonna lie, they do soften once you wear them, but it's just... I like the softness when you pull it out of the dryer. It's just all nice and soft. Oh. Am I? Yeah, okay, I am marking. I'm like, am I marking down the rows or just chatting? I'm not. So many years I forget the dryer clothes feel like, but I do dry socks and underwear and stuff in the dryer. Dryer also removes more. Yes. If you have furry pets that like to share their fur with you, dryers are a lifesaver. Yeah, we had a very mild winter, and where I live in Canada, we had an even milder winter than we normally get. We pretty well had like spring the majority of the year. So excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. Most of my clothes hang to dry, but that's because most of it is made with merino wool. Yeah. Hey, how's it going? I would like to eventually get to that point. I think it'll be a lot easier for me to have my winter wardrobe being wool. I'm slowly working my way into that. And I even want to eventually attempt knitting leggings. I think I would live in them if I did. Come on, Papa. In the winter. Anyways. You gonna come up? No? Just gonna come and let me know that you're here? I figure I've gotten sweaters and things like that down. Now it's time to really challenge myself and knit a pair of leggings. I want to try and get into wearing wool in the summer, but I don't know if I can do it. I do like how breathable wool is, though. Like my one sweater that I wear, my rainbow one that I knit, my scrappy yarn one. I love wearing that because I can wear it in almost all weather and not get overheated, but I can still be warm. Well, I'm slowly working my way into knitting and working with finer wool. And so I might eventually knit myself some tank tops. But I'd be using some super fine stuff. Yeah, we hit 35 here. I don't know. We can get up to 40, and depending on where in BC, you can get even warmer. I start dying at like 25 to 28. Any hotter than that, like when it hits 30, I'm dying. I don't handle it very well at all. I don't really I don't really function. By the time it hits 30, I'm not functioning so well. Yeah, not mine. Not mine. When I was younger, 30 didn't really bother me so much. But I also lived in a slightly drier climate. I mean, it's not overly humid here, but it is more humid than where I grew up. And also, the older I get, the less I can handle heat. But even when I was younger, anything above 32, and I was usually struggling. I get heat stroke really easily. I don't even have to be out in the sun to get heat stroke. But, yeah. And I burn really easily, even if I'm in the shade. $25 is kind of like, okay, I'm good. You don't need to get any hotter. That's like, I'd say between 20 and 25 is my happy place. And then, yeah, once it gets any warmer than that, then I'm like, okay. And it hits 30, I'm like, stop. Just stop. I only run the air conditioner in the summertime, and I will let it get very, very warm before I turn that sucker on because I can't afford to run it. So it is very much die until you can't handle it anymore, and then turn the air conditioner on. And now that I don't have mom here to worry about because obviously seniors and heat are not good. So we would run the air conditioner more often. I'm probably going to run it even less now. Or I might just, honestly, I'm probably just going to move the air conditioner down into the bedroom itself because that's the hottest place in the house. And yeah, just have the air conditioner in the bedroom and keep it, put tinfoil on the one window. We have the one window at the back of the trailer is directly west. So you get the setting in the summertime, you get the setting sun right there. And that wall just bakes the majority of the afternoon and well into the evening, and then it comes in. You always know when it's hit that point in time in the evening when you live in a trailer, because you'll be sitting there and then all of a sudden you can just feel the heat radiating off the walls. Oh, it's made it through the insulation and now it's going to like radiate and heat the house for the rest of the evening. I had a feeling that's what you meant. Instead of the don't have cotton, I had a feeling. I'm like, I think they meant they actually have cotton too. I buy lots of cotton undergarments and tank tops. I can't stand wearing anything that doesn't have any kind of like stretch to it, so I don't think I could ever wear anything that's like 100% cotton. I mean, that's a lie, because I do force myself to wear some things that don't have stretch, but I really don't like things that don't stretch. I get claustrophobic in stuff that doesn't stretch, and thankfully wool is stretchy. I can wear some wool, and then other wool I can't. So you are probably just super sensitive to certain wools. You might be able to find some out there that don't bother you. I will say I've gotten better. When I was younger, I couldn't, like, even just like touching this. Like, this is soft. I can put it against my skin. It doesn't bother me at all. This is always where I test, is the neck. But when I was younger, I wouldn't even be able to touch this, and I'd be like freaking out. Like, you could not put wool near me without me just going. I haven't worn anything with alpaca yet. I've only ever worked with some baby alpaca, and I haven't like knit with it yet. I've just spun up the one hank of baby alpaca. I want to work with some more alpaca. I want to work with a lot of different fibers. I know when I was younger, I had a sweater that my aunt had given my mom, but it was a little bit too small for her. So I often wore it, and it was Angora. That would also itch me when I was a kid. And merino wool has stretch. Merino wool is not itchy, or at least it isn't for me. Merino wool from Australia is the best because their climate stays pretty consistent. Yes. And see, that's why I like wool items, is because there is stretch. There is stretch to wool, and depending if you're making it yourself or buying it, when you're making it yourself, you can knit with a larger size needle and make it more pliable. I have no idea what kind of wool this is, because it came from China and it's all written in Chinese, and all it says is 100% wool. But it's soft. Like, it does not bother me at all. It's softer than my Corriedale, which Corriedale's not the softest, but I can wear Corriedale against my skin and it doesn't bother me. Every now and then I'll get like an odd little itch, and like usually right in this area because this is my sensitive area. but it doesn't happen often, and it'll be like a little itch and then I'll be fine. But hey, redneck, I would love to try spinning yak. I there's a lot of fibers out there that I want to try spinning, and then obviously once I've spun it, I want to knit it into something that I can wear. I'm trying to get into more wearables. I will say that I do enjoy knitting with merino. I know I'm also going to enjoy knitting with my Polworth that I have once I get it all spun up. We still have to dye it. Also, hey Cheeky, how's it going? I haven't really worked with a lot, or like been around a lot of hemp fibers, but so far I haven't had a problem with, like, I had a bag that was made from hemp. I had some string that I used to work with that was hemp. I would love to try spinning hemp again. I like working with different fibers. I will get my Ovaltine a little bit here. Merino wool is a type, it's just a type of breed that has really nice wool, but there's other types of sheep breeds out there that are just as soft as merino, or some are, I think, even softer, but I'm no expert. Even though I spin yarn, I have mostly just spun Corriedale and merino because I have a hard time accessing wool at an affordable price. My first skein of merino wool this year. Yes! I could Google it, but I don't want to close app. I can show you what merino sheep look like. Let me open up my giant book. It's probably easier for me to look it up in my smaller book. Maybe I think is it alphabetical? This one's so much more complex than, I think they section it off. So let me get my little book. My little book goes alphabetical. It's a lot easier to find things. Right, like right here, I have a bookmark right where the merino is. Here's what they look like. You big hairy sheep. There's some really cute sheep out there. Just want to point that out. There are some really cute sheep. Look at this. Look at this guy. Now, I know it's just a perfect picture because he's obvious like a little baby, but like, look at him. That's what this stuff is. It's not the softest. But yeah, there's a lot of wool out there that I really, really want to try spinning. Also, look at that big beefy guy. He's a Devon close wool. It's all perfect. There's so many cute sheepies. Honestly, if I had a sucker that would like take care of the sheep for me, because I don't think I'd be a very good sheep farmer. And I know I wouldn't want to like shear them, and I don't have the money to pay to get them sheared. Yeah, so I just need a sucker that will take care of the sheep for me and get them sheared, and I just come and cuddle them. Oh my god, you're cute. And then I can just like cuddle them and then spin and process the wool. Look at him. I want him. I just want to. He just looks like a big snuggle bug. Does he not look like a snuggle bug? Could you imagine snuggling him? Sorry, I get distracted.
Just the cute little sheepy sheeps.
Get in there. Get in your corner. Okay. I'm done being distracted by cute little sheepy sheeps. Trying to figure out how to spin so I can start spinning. Well, it depends. Are you going to be looking for like just going straight to an e-spinner, or do you want to like get a spindle first? Because there's some pretty cheap spindles out there, but depending on like mobility. Oh, by the way, guys, I have officially ordered a supported spindle. And I got a dish too because I was like, I can afford that. So hopefully it's nice. I kind of may or may not have sort of gone with, ooh, it's pretty versus I hope it's functional. Okay, technically I have a supported spindle. This one here that does not want to come out of the thing. This is a supported spindle. It requires a dish. But I have yet to use this guy because I need to fix the hook at the top because he's very catchy. See, you can see floof stuck to him. He's very catchy. So, and this is more for like spinning like cotton and stuff, which I still haven't tried spinning yet. I may or may not have ordered a supported spindle and dish. Because I've always wanted a supported spindle, other than the little guy there. Because usually, for those that don't know, this is my preferred spindle. It's a drop spindle. I don't have any handy floof, so I can't really. But yeah, this is how I normally spin. But I can't do a lot of drop spindling on stream because in order for you guys to see it, I have to hold my hands up and my arms get tired. So I have invested in a supported spindle in hopes that I like it, for one, and two, that I can do more spindle spinning on stream. Also, welcome on in, Raiders. How was your stream? We are supposed to be knitting, but I am busy yapping, which is... Drop it! Okay, now I have to find some floof. There, somewhere in this chaos is a bag of floof. Aha! Found it. This is the bag of floof that I was using to spin on that spindle. There are many different ways that you can spin on a drop spindle. You can spin with, you can get like little diz sticks and things like that. I just like to break off little chunks. That's how I like to spin on my spindles. Also, if you need to raid and run, by all means, raid and run. If not, you're more than welcome to hang out. Also, another raid. That's 2 shout outs I need to do. I don't know if I've got any mods in stream right now. I have a feeling Retro fell asleep, so I guess I should get the shout outs before I forget. Also, welcome on in, Raiders. How was your stream? If you need to raid and run, by all means. If not, you're more than welcome to hang out. I am highly distracted tonight, apparently. I'm supposed to be spinning, but I'm doing everything but spinning. Or, I mean, not spinning, knitting. See, I can't even talk. Okay, one more spin, and then my drop it will be done. Usually I do a few more drops. But yes, soon we will be doing some supported spindling. It's great. Worked on a cyber... the government sweater. Ooh, nice! We are also working on... Well, technically it's a shrug. But basically it's a cropped sweater. Well, honestly, I like the Turkish. And the reason why I like the Turkish for spindle is you can get them pretty cheap nowadays. This is a 3D printed one. It came with a different stick, but I replaced it with a chopstick because I didn't like how long the bottom part was. Anyways, you can get these pretty cheap. And the reason why I like them is because you can wind a lovely two-pole ball, center pole ball. So you can have the outside strand and the inside strand. It's great. These ones are also nice spindles. I'm honestly still learning with them. You can get bottom whirl versions of them. So they spin this way. But you wrap the wool up along the spindle. So that's one thing that I don't like about them is you have to take it off the spindle. Whereas this comes apart like here. This needs to come off of Sven so I can show you. This is a completed turtle, as they like to be called on the Turkish spindles. And why I love these spindles so much is you take them apart. So stick comes out and then you pull the one side out. And you have a completed ball. You can then ply with this. You can do a 2-ply, so you can pull out the center string, which is tucked in here. There he is. Pull out the center string and then the outside string, and you can do a 2-ply back onto the same spindle, which, to put it together, very straightforward. Put everything through the holes, line it up, bada bing, bada boom. And so yeah, I could 2-ply this back onto Sven and make a 2-ply yarn, but I am probably going to chain ply this. And while you can chain ply on a spindle, I like to chain ply on my e-spinner. So I'll probably chain ply him up on my e-spinner. But yeah, so that's what they look like. They're handy dandy balls with center poles. You gotta love the center pole. So if I was very dedicated and wanted to work with a single ply yarn that's this small, I could literally just knit with this. And that little bowl works perfect for holding him. So my suggestion is, okay, I am partial to the Turkish spindles. So I'm always going to recommend these guys. But these ones are also nice. And this guy here, I got on Amazon. He's pretty. And he actually came with a chunk of floof to spin with. And he was only, I think, with the floof, and I think it was like a good, 2 ounces at least of floof that I got. I don't know if that was normal, but good amount of floof. This spindle, it only cost me $20 off of Amazon, Canadian. So if they have them on the American Amazon site, it's going to be cheaper. So I recommend, if you're going spindle, I'm partial to the Turkish. You will notice whenever I talk about anything, I generally talk about whether it's expensive or cheap. I tend to go cheap with everything because I'm poor. But there are some things I will spend money on. But it takes a long time for me to save up for it. If I would stop buying a whole bunch of cheap, crappy stuff and just like invest it in something good, I'd probably end up saving more money. I'm my own worst enemy. I'm supposed to be doing shout outs. Sorry, guys. Sorry. See, I'm getting distracted. I apologize. And I think I've missed several chats. So let me get caught up here. Let me do some. I very much enjoy plying, especially chain plying. I have a good setup for it though. When I used to spin in my camper, I had the setup wrong, and I realized that I do better doing my chain plies this way than I do this way. And it took me moving into this office to find that out. So now I love chain ply. Hi, buddy. Oops. Let's fix the spelling. Ow! So that the shout out actually works. Okay, that's one shout out. And then in a couple minutes here, I will get the second shout out. I know that Frosty shouts out, but I still like to do the other shout out as well. So, okay. Now I am going to get caught up on chat, and I'm going to do it on my phone because it's faster. Buddy, I love you. Yes. Okay. Oh, yes. And this, for those that don't know, this is Vinny. He is one of two kitties that often makes an appearance on the stream. He is my snugglebug. He is also my troublemaker. Oh, so I got some cool news. Natural path in the state. She's working. He got COVID. Someone found is working with my mom, and she's noticing a positive difference. So proof the herbal medicine can be helpful, right, Dan? Also, hi, Dan. How's it going? Okay. Let's see. I'm not sure if I can do shout out yet, but we're gonna try. I got cat floof all in my face. He's been like this all day today. He's been very, pay attention to me. I'm gonna be a pain in your butt. Buddy. No. That better just be... Yeah. Let's see, can we... Yay! If you even... See, he's doing his little... He likes to chew on his teeth. It's a thing that he does when he eats something that he likes, or when he's being a brat. And if he does that to the yarn, it is chewed apart in seconds. So we're just going to move that over there because you're demanding attention. Oh. This little bratty kittykins. Little bratty kittykins. Yeah. Look at me. I am so cute and adorable. You don't need to stream. You need to give me attention. Yes. I am the most important thing in your life. More important than my sister. More important than that cat that lives in that other place. You want a cookie? It's the only way he will let me get back to work. And then he usually only eats like one cookie and then he buggers off and yeah. I almost spun today because we have this project currently on Melanie and I almost decided to spin today, but I decided I wanted to knit. We got to get this done before the fall fair, so I got to get working on it. Though I have a feeling once we get to the other sleeve, it will go very quickly. Turns out, Sleeve Island sucks when you're going from the bottom of the sleeve up to the shoulder. When you're going from shoulder down, way better. Way better. But I also got to remind myself that I am working rib stitch. So that also takes longer. Also, if I missed anybody's messages that I need to read, just send it again or let me know so that I can scroll up. I think I scrolled up and caught everything, but I don't know because my brain is just, being a jam's brain. Hey, Pele. How is Miss Pele doing? So you use the Turkish spindle for floof and then you use the machine for you just showed. Actually, no. My machine I use for floof and for other stuff. Unless you're just talking that, because like this, I spin on this, so I spin floof. This is the floof I'm spinning on my machine. And I'll do everything on there. And then with my Turkish spindles, I will spin and I will do 2-ply on my Turkish spindles. Or I will, if I'm chain plying, because I'm not committed enough to try chain plying on the spindle, because I feel like I just won't have enough hands, which is probably not the case. I think I would be fine. But yeah, you can ply on the spindle as well. You can do chain ply, you can do 2-ply, you can do 3-ply. But yeah, I usually I'm lazy, so I just ply on my e-spinner. But you don't have to. I will say, this is a pretty dense turtle too. Pretty dense. I think I could get some decent yarn out of it. The reason why I haven't done anything is 1, I'm probably just going to chain ply it up. But 2, I'm also thinking maybe I might put this in to like a 3-ply, like do a 3-ply with this. I'm not going to do 2-ply because I spun it pretty fine. And while I do like fine yarn, I don't know if I want that fine a yarn. But I call all this floof just because I can. So floof is a perfect term. And that machine that I showed you is an e-spinner. I do have a traditional wheel. I don't use her right now because she needs some TLC and she's very temperamental. But yes, e-spinner is the best one. This is an electric eel wheel. It's a certain brand, but it's technically an e-spinner. Make a couple of popsicle sticks, Turkish spindles, right? You should totally do that. I mean, I made one out of crafting sticks, and you know, Bill works pretty freaking awesome for being crafting sticks and hot glue is basically all he is. This guy came literally from the dollar store. So I bought like a whole package of these little sticks. I glued them together with hot glue. I was bored one day. And an X-Acto knife, like a really cheap plastic flimsy X-Acto knife. I could have killed myself, but it's okay. So I just glued them together with hot glue, and then I shaved the glue down so it's like nice and smooth. And then I made 3 of these, and I took the little pieces I cut out. He's missing a little piece right there because it fell out. And I hot glued the pieces in that I cut out, and then, you know, and Bill works great. He works very good. He's spun a fair bit of floof for me in the past. Spins really well. He's a little bit light when you start, but once you get a little bit of weight on him, he spins beautifully. Right? Exactly. There's no worries about losing a popsicle stick. Oops, I lost that spindle. Oh well, he was just made out of popsicle sticks. Or oops, it broke. Oh well, he was just made out of popsicle sticks. No big deal. Also, I need to stretch. I am working on designing one of those and 3D. Ooh, nice. Yes. I love 3D printed spindles. I've got the first 3D printed Turkish spindles I got. They're very heavy. They do spin nice, but they're very heavy. And then this is my favorite 3D printed spindle, though I didn't like the spindle part, but I love the size of Pinky. Pinky is, yeah, very, very original name, you know. Pinky is an awesome, ouch, motherfucker, that was claws. Very good spindle, but I didn't like her spindle stick, and then I further made it so that I didn't like her spindle stick by leaving her in the car with my heavy purse sitting on top of it in the middle of a hot, hot summer for several days. Believe it or not, this warped spindle still works. But I was never a fan of it because, hold on, I'll show you. So, now, granted, it is supposed to be straight. And this one is supposed to be designed as supported as well as a drop spindle, but I do not like spindles that have a really long tail like this, because you get the wobble when you're doing drop spindling. So let me see here. It's a little bit harder to spin now, but you see the wobble? And I don't like the wobble. The wobble annoys me. So I don't like to use this spindle. It works good. Works fine if you don't mind wobble. Right? Wobble sucks. Whereas my chopstick, because this one's got, it's got a pretty small hole in it. So the chopstick works great. I have just a little... No, I don't need to do that. It's just one of those crappy pull-apart chopstick that you get at a takeout place, and then I whittled it and sanded it, and now I have like no butt, and when I spin, it's beautiful spinning. She works beautifully, nice and even, no wobble, and she also looks like a flying saucer when she gets going. Whee! So yes, I like the spindle. This is honestly, I love Sven, my big pretty one that I just took the turtle off of. But I love Pinky. These ones are called Turkish drop spindles. So the ones with the cross that come apart are Turkish drop spindles. And then this is just like a top. Oops. Sorry, guys. Apparently my camera wanted to close its eye. This is my just top whirl drop spindle. I don't think there's any fancy name for these guys. And I like this guy, but I prefer this guy. And I put my camera up too high. There we go. Also, hey, Jamie, how's it going? I'm all over the place tonight. I did not think that I was going to have an all over the place night tonight. Apparently, I am having an all over the place night tonight. I named mine little dude Izzy because it's so itty bitsy, right? I want to get one of those little teeny tiny ones that I can just like fit in a little pouch and take with me wherever I go. I mean, I've got my little teeny tiny shorty knitting needle set. I need a little teeny tiny spindle that fits in something around this size. I do a round of God's Eye wrapping on the top, and then when that's full, instead of starting another layer on top, I flip it. That's what I want to. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to empty Sven, because I want to try that with him. Because he's got at least the bottom part, so it should be fine. Whereas Pinky, she doesn't really have a bottom part, so I haven't been able to do that yet. So we have a blank slate with Sven. We will be trying the God's Eye technique on him when I eventually get to a project for him. Because ever since you mentioned that, I'm like, I want to try that. So we are going to be doing that. I got mine from Temu. Yeah, I have to delete that app, guys. We're not allowed back on Temu. I have probably spent a good like $300 in the last couple of weeks on Temu, if not more. Seems like today's an off day for my triggers. Oh, that sucks, Kaz. Normally, I do way better when I do Temu stuff, but Yeah, no, I have apparently been doing unconscious retail therapy, so I need to stop. I need to stop. Yeah, well, when you don't technically have $300, that's a lot of money. That is like my internet and phone bill and part of another bill. Um, so, yeah. And if I don't have internet, I can't stream. And if I don't have a phone, I can't stream. I also gotta like get my internet. Like I gotta get the TV taken off of the internet. That's doesn't help right now. Because of course my mom had to have her TV for her sports channels, and because cable is so freaking ridiculous, you know, you got to pay for the whole entire basic package even if you don't watch it, just for your freaking sports channels. Oh, which, by the way, don't come on the basic package, so you have to pay for the sports package on top of the basic, and you only watch the sports like maybe 4 to 6 months out of the year. So yeah, I don't watch regular TV, so it's going bye-bye. I've been trying to drink soda with some raspberry flavoring. Ooh, all day. I will say I am definitely, once I get, sorry, apparently I have an itchy head. My knitting needle's working great. I am gonna eventually buy one of those puzzle mats, or well, a few of them to make a decent sized one for my living room, eventually. But that will come in time. That one's not a high priority one, so we're good on that. But yeah, Temu is gotta get deleted off my phone again. Though I will say, the last time I went on the app, I didn't buy anything, but the damage was already done. So, and I noticed I was eating so much sweets and stuff at community center and didn't understand why. Pretty much exclusively watch history, H2, and T&E channels. Sometimes I watch sports. Yeah, see, I don't watch sports at all. So I don't watch sports, and I hate commercials, and I hate paying for TV that is mostly like reruns and shit. I hate reruns. So, yeah. I haven't paid for TV in years. I got rid of the TV as soon as my hubby passed away. I got rid of the TV. I did not have TV at all. I watched TV shows on my computer, no problem. And then I moved down here, and obviously my mom needed her TV because she liked to watch her sports and a few other things. But yeah, that will be gone now. Right? YouTube and Twitch are big forms of TV for me. I'm now recovering from an outburst now because my sugars were super low. Oh, that sucks, Kaz. Excuse me, Spotify and OBS, why are you fighting? We haven't done anything, so why are you fighting? Do I need to put Spotify in a timeout for a few minutes? Okay. I think it's going to behave now. I've noticed that I've been dropping the odd frames too. Of course, there was an update today. So, that could also be why there's glitches. So I've been kind of getting the itch to crochet something. And I don't know what yet. I don't think I want too big of a project. But yeah. And I do need to have some crochet projects for the fall fair, so and I don't like amigurumi because it hurts my hands. Oh, nice. I haven't spun Rambouillet yet. But I want to. It's on my list of fibers that I want to try spinning. Or wool fibers, I should say. I want to spin it all, honestly. At some point, I want to spin it all. Nice. I love sheep. I just wouldn't want to take care of one. I mean, I have a big enough yard that I could probably have 1 or 2 sheep. I wouldn't recommend getting any more than that, with my yard size. But I would have to fence it in. My yard's not fenced in, so I'd have to do that. And two, I don't see myself taking care of sheep very well, so we won't get sheep. That's too much responsibility for me. I can barely look after 3 cats. Granted, they are all very, very much demanding cats, so. But doesn't mean I still don't want to have pet sheep. I just need to find some sucker with a farm who will take care of them for me, and I can just go and visit them and cuddle them and get their wool. Or I need to convince my cousin that she needs to get a fiber animal and not just chickens and pigs. Get a fiber animal. One day I would have been able to be there to watch them get sheared, but the pandemic was pretty hard on those people and they had to sell. Oh, that sucks. This year at the fall fair, hopefully, if they do it again, I will actually get to watch some sheep shearing, because last year they had sheep shearing, but I had to go pick Mom up from dialysis, so I missed out on that part of the fall fair. So I'm hoping that this year they have it again. Like last year was they were a lot more organized because they just recently moved to the new location. They were a lot more organized last year than they were the year before, and they had a lot more to it. So I think because the fall fair was such a hit since this new location, we're just going to get more things. And so I'm hoping that the sheep shearing continues, and I will be able to actually enjoy like the full fair. If I wanted to pay the money for the dinner, there is a dance after, but I don't dance. My cousin's disappointed. She's like, I don't want to go to the dinner, so I don't want to pay for the dinner, but I'd love to like just go for the dance. But they don't. If you want to go to the dance, you got to go to the dinner too. I think I found a Turkish drop spindle I can print off, and you can put in your patch. Oh, or nice! I think the little ones are so freaking adorable. I got to watch a spring shearing and bought my fleece, a Rambouillet, which turned into my... Oh, I remember your sweater. That sweater was awesome. That was a lot of work that you put into that sweater. A lot of cables. And the fact that you processed it, dyed it, spun it, and then knit it, just like, I want to do that so bad. So bad. Even if it's just once in my life, I want to, like, right from the sheep all the way to a wearable item. Right? That is a very warm sweater. Hopefully you get some cold enough weather to wear it. I am thinking about to print one so that I can try drop spindles. And right? It's kind of fun. Judkin took to it right off the bat. Like, Jukin spinning is freaking phenomenal. Some people take a little bit long. Honestly, I think Jukin got it faster than I did. Hey, how's it going? I am doing very well, thank you. My brain is a little all over the place, so I bounce everywhere in conversation and I derail many a times, but I'm doing good and I'm having a good night, so that's all that matters. And we are no longer working on the sleeve. We are actually working on, I think, technically the shoulder part. I don't know what part of the sweater is, but we're doing increases. Not increases. We are doing back and forth work. There's no increasing on this. I have to do this for 34 rows. Did I mark down? What are we doing? I gotta check. I have a feeling I forgot to mark down last row. Well, I'll find out in a second whether I'm knitting or purling. If I'm purling, then I forgot to mark down a row. Yep, I forgot to mark down a row. I gotta do 34 repeats of just rib work. So, but it's like, so the first, and because it's back and forth work, it's like round one, you gotta knit 3, start with knitting, obviously, and then second round is starting with purl and ending with purl. So, I've been marking it down. We're getting there. We've done 6 of the 35, technically, if you count the one that you gotta do at the beginning. So, okay. But yeah, so this is where we're at. Oh, I got bigger cables now. I can try the sleeve on and we can see how it fits. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. She looks so pretty. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I totally could have done the 3XL. So we'll see how, when this is done, we will see how this fits over the chest area. And if it's loose on the chest area, then my next one will be a 3XL instead of the 4XL. My music is still not playing. Hold on, guys. I thought it was just taking extra long. It's not. It's being dumb. Stretch, posture check, lip balm, hydrate. I'm also going to take a break and get my Ovaltine. But let's get this done first. What? Oh, and then I'll get that song request before I go too. Okay. Get this song request, and then I am going to take a quick break. So I'm just going to stick it on the Do Not Disturb page because I am taking a break. But we will get the song queued before I go. Okay, and I will get the other song queued too. Gigi's like, I'm getting a song in too. Alrighty. Cued. I will be back in just a few minutes. Did you miss your song? I can play it again if you missed it. Do you want me to back it up or? It's kicking in and I need to go to bed. Okie dokie. Have a good night. You take care. Thank you so much for hanging out. So I literally got back in here, my full cup of coffee. I mean, not coffee. Anyways, not one drop spilled the whole time. And then I sit down and I'm about to go put my cup away and I spilt all down in front of myself. Missed my knitting though. So we're good. But I was like, oh yeah, sure, go figure. I mean, I didn't spill that much, but still. Exactly. That's exactly it. Yep. Not coffee. No, I don't drink coffee at this time of night. Nope, nope. I really am excited to see how this fits when it's all done. And excited that if it is loose even in the top part, that means I get to do a size smaller and I can have a tighter one or a looser one depending on the day that I'm, And the next one that I do, I'm probably going to do my own hand spun. I was also thinking, because remember, I do plan on making some sort of sweater with my Polworth. If I do, like, depending on once I get it all spun up, which we still need to dye and blend. But once I get it all spun up, depending on the yardage, I could possibly use the Polworth for this. Now, there is one slight problem with that, though. The Polworth is going to have... Where is it? can I easily find it so that we can actually like look at it while I'm talking about it? It is not being easily found. It's got to be on this side then. It should be in here. I swear I had it in here. But I'm not seeing the bag for it, so maybe I put it somewhere else. I don't feel it in here. I don't think it's in there. Where did I put my Polworth? My Polworth is somewhere. It's not where I want it to be, though. Dang it. Now I gotta find where I stashed that so that whenever I want to talk about it and look at it, I know where the damn thing is. Also, I gotta find it if I want to dye it. But, anyways, somewhere in my chaos is some really nice yarn or fiber. And, I found it. I'm like, if it's not in the bin of chaos, it's gotta be in the chaos behind me. So we already have the one hank spun up, which I originally planned on putting at the neckline. So this sweater, look, my cleaning journal that I haven't even, or cleaning planner that I haven't even tried yet. You snuck those in. This one works from one sleeve to the next. So yeah. Now, there's still a way that I could plan around to make this into that. I can always, because I do have another hank of the pretty stuff, so like I have another hank of that floof. I could spin that up and have 2 hanks of just that. And then they could be the sleeves. But then there's a lot more planning, and I don't know if I want to do that kind of... Did I? I probably did. Yeah, yeah, most likely. And my plan was, this is what my plan is, and it's still kind of that plan. These 2 white braids here are going to be dyed either this color of blue or the navy blue that I picked up. I haven't decided. I still haven't tested it yet. I gotta do that. And then I was going to take those and blend them on the blending board with this one. It looks gray, but it's like purpley gray and orange and red bits in there. And then I was also going to blend at least half of this braid in to that as well and make just a really pretty multicolored yarn. And I still think I want to do that. So I don't think I want to use this to make another one of these. But until I get this spun up and figure out the yardage, unless I buy some merino dyed up and blend it in with the Polworth that's getting blended. We could still possibly do a shrug type sweater with this. It would just have to be a top down. But so far I haven't found a top down shrug sweater that I like. testing night. Like, what kind of testing night? Like, for dyes? Or... What do you mean? There's lots of different ways I could test. Unfortunately, I can't test dye in stream with this stuff, because this needs to be heat set, which means I have to do it on my stove. But if I get my button gear, which I still need a dye pot because my one that I have is too small. I use I use a combination of things. I've never actually used the right or RIT or whatever it is to dye with. I often use food coloring. This has been sitting on the floor, so it's chaotic. I still have to use these onion skins. I want to see, why is there floof in with my onion skins? Yarn, not floof. I usually use acid dyes like this, so like Jacquard. I also have this one, which is Ashford wool dye. It's nice. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I've only got the one color, so I can't really judge it. It's a black dye that I have, and it has like a grayish blue color to it if it doesn't get dyed properly, whereas I like the Jacquard black acid dye because you can get some interesting results if you mess up the dyeing process. I have gotten brown, black, like very black, brown, and blue. You get some really pretty colors, and I'm gonna get excited and start talking about that. Anyways, I'm getting off things. I usually, for my acid dyes, or like, well, my good expensive ones, I use the Jacquard. I also have, which I haven't tried yet, is the navy blue. It's still tied up how it was when it came. But I also use Mio, because Mio has citric acid in it. This is like probably your easiest, can't fail dye for dyeing natural fibers like wool, because it's got everything in it. So all you need with this is hot water and yeah. So it's like, this is why I don't drink this stuff, is because this stuff dyes phenomenally. And they got all sorts of colors. So there's like purple and reds and pinks. And then I just use food coloring and vinegar. This is my push the floof down into the water thing. I do need to, my dye selection is getting very low again, but I am trying to switch more to so you can see my coffee spillage. I'm trying to switch more into doing the acid dyes. I did try using originally when I first started dyeing, and I was trying to get a black. I tried, it was a fabric dye. It wasn't the right, it was a different brand. And all I could get was gray. So I went and I spent the money and I got like a good quality acid dye. And that was the first, it was the Ashford one. And it worked pretty good, but I still wasn't entirely happy with it. So I tried the Jacquard, or whatever it's called. I think it's Jacquard. Anyways, that one was my favorite. And for an example of what I got my first time dyeing, and I didn't have enough dye in the water for the amount of floof that I used. So I got tonal variations, but so you can see the black, the like bluish gray, and then you can even see some of the brown that is in there. And this floof looked so freaking unbelievably beautiful when I dyed it up. I tried recreating it, and I almost put that in my coffee. I kind of recreated it, but it still did not turn out as beautiful as this first dye that I ever did. And I wish I had more of it. Because it is just like the camera doesn't do it justice on how beautiful it is. The color variation in it. Bottles of Mio. Yes, Mio works freaking awesome for dyeing like wool. Oh, ouch. Like, some of my Mio dyes. I have some yarn here that was dyed with Mio. Here. This red is a Mio dye. So like it's, and I have more. I just not handy. I have a lot of yarn. Oh, I did not make room for that to go back up there. Probably about Vincent. What? Come cuddle. Settle down so I can finish reading the chat because I know I keep missing stuff. Depending on the flavor, Mio in a glass of water or a water bottle tastes good. I cannot get Mio to taste good to me. It tastes like artificial sweetener. I got one that tastes like Tang. Oh. I have a peach mango one. This is one, and that's what I find about the right dye and dyeing wool with it. You can use right dye to dye wool with. Yes, you can dye wool. All-purpose dye is suitable for dyeing. Yes, the only problem that I've found, and I did notice a few things about it, is it's more of a faded color. That's what I notice, is the wool does not pick up the vibrance of the color so far when I've used anything that's generally a fabric dye or all-purpose. But I don't know if that's truly the case or not, because I only ever tried those one fabric dyes, and then I said screw it. But food coloring and my other, like, I only got a couple of the other acid dyes. Most of it is food coloring and Mio and Kool-Aid, like any of the Flavor Shot stuff. And even if you got the crystals, like if you can get if you can find the Kool-Aid packets that you have to add sugar to make the Kool-Aid, that is like primo. Like my friend used to dye her hair with Kool-Aid all the time. Tang, don't knock it. My brother loved Tang. I did not. I've never liked Tang. I found Tang tastes very chemically to me. Same with like Sunny D is very chemically. by Merino Wools, and it has turned out nice. Jacquard acid dyes have brighter colors. Yeah. Yeah, if you want like a super... Oh, my stupid chair. If you want a super vibrant color, then things like Jacquard works. But I think it also depends on what color you're using too with the other dyes. But I know that for me to get a good black, I had to get the like the Jacquard. The other ones worked too. It got black, but I found it. I like the like you get like really black with Jacquard if you do it right. I want to do a lot more dyeing. I just don't have the setup or space at the moment. I think that's mainly why I stick to food coloring, because food coloring and Mio, I can do that shit in a mason jar. I just throw in some, like with the Mio, I don't even need vinegar, but I usually add a little bit anyways. You know, put the Mio in, put in the hot water, like kettle hot water, not tap hot water. Depends on how hot your tap gets. Ours gets pretty hot, but still. And then I just put the floof in. And let it sit. And then when it's cooled, it's good to go. There should be no color left in the water. You know, your wool's got it all. And food coloring, you can pretty well do the same thing. So yeah, I usually will do those ones in mason jars. But when I gotta use like the good acid dyes like the Jacquard, I have to do it in a pot on the stove. Hard way that we were not supposed to add the full... Oh no! We were dying for the bright color. We got a much darker color. It still turned out pretty. Well, that's good. And as long as you're, when you go to wash it, all the like I've had a few problems. I have a lot of problems with pink, where I will dye something with pink food coloring, and then it will bleed and bleed and bleed and bleed. The color still stays bright, but do you guys remember when I dyed that one yarn? It was like a pink and blue, and I was spinning the yarn, and even after I had washed the floof several times, when I was spinning with the yarn, my hands were just turning bright pink. Ever have whiskey in the jar? Nope. Nice! That is awesome, Kaz. It was magenta that we wanted, but we got a much darker pink. Not red, though. Hey, at least it wasn't red. You got probably more of a fuchsia than a magenta, because I think magenta is a bit brighter pink than the fuchsia. And fuchsia's darker. Is it the vice versa? I think fuchsia is the darker one. Did I miss something? I wonder if pickled beet brine would die well. I keep wanting to do that. I have, oh no, I think I finally ended up throwing the jar out because I was cleaning my fridge out and I got frustrated. I had a jar of beets that I was slowly eating, not fast enough. And I was going to save the brine, heat that sucker up, and then throw some wool in it and see if it dies. You should test it if you've got some pickled or beet brine. Weird pink, not fuchsia. To me, fuchsia has a purple undertone. Well, as long as it turned out being nice anyways in the long run, it's not so bad. It's when it comes out and you're like, oh, what the hell did I do to it? I've had a few dye jobs like that. It's like, can I save this? I have a bad tendency when I'm dyeing with food coloring. I'm like, oh, let's put this in. We'll put a few drops of that in, and then sometimes I create mud because I mix the wrong colors, or I overpower the color that I actually wanted and it changes the color. Sometimes I don't know when to just leave it alone. I just opened a bottle and have eaten a quarter. You got some floof? I think you do have floof, don't you? You should totally experiment. I've dyed eggs with beets. So yeah, I like beets and I like pickled beets, but I don't like a lot of pickled beets. But you could like do boiled beets, fried beets, roasted beets, any of like soups with beets in them, and I could like eat them all day long. But I think it's because I'm very sensitive to pickly stuff, and yeah, I find it overpowering. Especially sweet pickled things. So like dill pickles, I can usually do a fair bit of dill pickles, but like sweet pickles, I can only do a little bit. Oh, my earbuds are yelling at me. Wrong earbud case. Trying to figure out what else I have natural to dye. Onion skins. Onion skins are like so easy to dye with. I don't even think you need any kind of like vinegar or anything. I can't remember. I think I just boiled up onion skins and put my floof in there, and I got really pretty. Like the yellow ones, you get like a really pretty yellowy orange. I have yet to try dyeing with the red onion skins. I know you can. That's why I have them saved up, and I need to use them. I keep forgetting. Oh, I don't think it's a matter of forgetting. I think it's just I haven't really... I just don't have a good dye setup, so... and if you got black beans, the problem with black beans is it feels like such a waste because you're soaking the beans and you want to soak them for at least a good like 2 days really to get the color off of them, and at that point they start to kind of like get a little bit fermenty, so you can't really eat the beans after. You can plant them though. Blend the beet and natural wool, third color to make something nice to spin. Honestly, I think, well, depending on what color you get with the beets, onion skins would probably go really pretty. Like it'd be a really nice contrasting color, I think, because you'd have the yellow, or like a yellowish orange, similar to Kaz's name actually, if I remember correctly, and then. The beets are probably going to be a pink or a reddish color, I'm thinking. So those two colors would probably go nice. It all depends on what color you get with the beets. I want to buy a natural dye book. One day. One day I will. Tea bag, coffee. You can dye with coffee. I dye with coffee. You get like a beige color. I had this one yarn that I spun up. I don't know what happened to it. It's probably somewhere in my bin of chaos yarn. I dyed. I can't remember all of what I dyed, but I had some white floof, some pink floof. I don't know what I used to dye with it, if it was food coloring or something. And then I had my floof that I dyed with coffee. And when I had it all put together, it reminded me of Neapolitan ice cream. Even though it wasn't like as chocolatey, but it was like, yeah, Neapolitan colors. Yeah, you could try, like if you eat purple onions or the red onions, you could try their skins because I think it is supposed to be like a reddish color. I don't know. I have yet to try mine. I really gotta boil them up and dye some floof and see what color I get. I need a better pot. The one I have is too small. And then yeah, so you could, depending on what kind of onions you use, you could also over experiment. And I saw someone, they say they just go to their local grocery store and ask if they can take the onion skins out of the, where all the onions are stored. And so you get like a mix of the yellow and the red and everything, and they just do all those into a pot. So you could get an interesting color with that. If you got red onion skins, I don't know if you get goldenrods out your way. during goldenrod season, but you can dye with goldenrod too. You can dye with turmeric. I recommend if you are going to dye with turmeric, dye with turmeric root. Or else have the turmeric in like a tea bag or something, like a reusable tea bag or something, because you'll be trying to get powdered turmeric out of your floof forever. You can also dye with mustard, but again, you run into the whole lots of powdery stuff in your floof. Right? They just throw it away, so I keep meaning to do that at my store. I just haven't gotten brave enough to ask yet. Hey, can I take some of your onion skins? I know that you guys just throw them out. You probably could even take them without asking, but because you're like, it's always good to ask. Yeah, I think I've dyed with tea. Like floof, I'm pretty sure I dyed with tea. I know that I dyed with coffee. I'm sure I dyed with tea. A good old frickin' red rose tea, like an orange pico tea, would probably dye beautifully. There we go. And yes, I've also dyed paper with tea. Makes some beautiful paper. One of the journals that I made, every now and then I make journals, and they have like each signet will have like a colored paper or a tea dyed paper, kind of like almost like marking the section of the next section, sort of thing. If that, God, I can't talk. Anyways, I did that with one journal where every signet was sectioned off with a tea dyed piece of paper, and I did some of them where they were like fully dyed tea, and then I did other ones where I like took the like cup of tea and I kind of like spilt some, and then I set it so you had like the tea rings, and splatters, and I did some like really fun stuff. Right? It's like, what are you doing? I'm attempting to die. Right? Yeah, I love tea dyed paper. It's so pretty. Lip balm. Getting my stretches in tonight. Oh, come on up. No? That cat. He's probably like, the door's still open. The door's still open. Yes, I know the door's open. So you can play out in the porch and not annoy me. It's more Pickles. She loves being out on the porch. I drink Irish breakfast tea. Ooh, I haven't had Irish breakfast tea in forever. I was going through a phase where I was trying out all sorts of different teas. And I loved English breakfast. I loved Canadian breakfast. I haven't been able to find that. Red Rose used to put that one out. And then I remember trying the Irish breakfast as well. The motherfucking mosquito. I might have to close that door. Used to wonder why. Streets inside. Oh, Joey, so much. I've gone more. Does it have some way or just cauldrons? Have to set some way. I'm not sure. I think I'm trying to remember because like it was when I first started dyeing floof. You probably, I think a cold rinse is fine. So like you put it in, let it soak until it's gone cold, and then just rinse it with cold water. It would be fine. Ooh, hydrate again and a posture check and another lip balm. We are getting lots of good care going on tonight. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? How was your... I guess it's morning for you, isn't it? No, abnormalities. I can talk. Jams has always been able to talk. Your channel points are page not found 404. What? As in you don't have any channel points because you spent them all? Okay, well, I guess it would be, wouldn't it? As in, your channel points page is just broken? Oh, 404 points. Gotcha. Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't have got that. I wouldn't have got that. Well, dang it. My not coffee was probably a bad choice. Because all of a sudden I'm getting a headache.
And it wasn't until I started drinking the not coffee.
If I wasn't so tired, I'd be in the kitchen with mason jars trying. Right? Maybe that will be a tomorrow project. Tomorrow evening project. Though I will say that, of course, it depends on how much energy you would have to walk to the kitchen. Because you could just, like, do a couple things in the mason jar, leave it sit overnight, and then it would be ready come morning when you wake up. Jams lives permanently in your head. Just so you know. Doesn't take much. Just throw a couple tea bags in, throw the floof in, Let it sit overnight. If you got any like food coloring and vinegar, all you need is hot water after that. Here's some more floof sitting in a mason jar overnight. Onion skins take a little bit more work because you actually got to like simmer those on the stove. That's a Gigi tomorrow problem. Oh yeah, the beets. Yep. Add some hot water to that. Heat it up on the stove. Probably be even better. Heat up the beet juice. Get that vinegar nice and hot. You could do it tomorrow morning, and then possibly by evening, like when I'm streaming, it might be ready. And then we could talk all about it. Could do it that way. I'll only do natural. Well, you could brew up some really super strong coffee. Stick some floof into that. You could do boiling water and tea. There's another one. The beets. Probably, if you took some beet juice and then put some boiling water in, that'd probably work just fine. Or you could heat up the beet juice. Onion skins have to be simmered on the stove. Black beans. Black beans are a cold dye process. You don't want to heat those. And you want to soak those for a couple days. Now you could probably be kind of crazy if you didn't mind black beans in your floof, and you could probably just put some floof in a jar layered with some black beans and let it sit for a couple days. There's also that. But then you gotta like pick black beans out of your floof after. But you might get some interesting dyes that way. I can't remember if I've tried that yet. Going to my brother's for dinner on the 27th, and I'm going to grab some kombucha. Kombucha. Does your brother make kombucha, or are you going to just buy it? And if your brother makes kombucha, you can start making your own. But do you know that you can just go and buy kombucha? If you get the plain stuff, it's better. But go buy yourself a kombucha, as long as it's got like the more natural one that's got a little bit of the sludge in the bottom kind of kombucha. And you take that, you put it into a jar with some tea and sugar and let it sit. You can grow your own SCOBY. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get what's coming. That's what I did. That's how I got my first SCOBY, is I grew it. You're gonna get what's coming. Frickin' head can go to hell. Oh, rude. Making kombucha yourself is very fun. And so much cheaper. I want to get back into making my kombucha. Because I very much enjoyed it. Ooh, I feel that. Okay. We're gonna try and get this row done, see how my head's feeling. If it feels like it's gonna start getting better, then I might go farther. If it's getting worse, then I might have to have an early night tonight. But I don't want to have an early night. I don't know if it was the coffee that set it, the not coffee that set it off, or what's going on. But it is right in here. I love when kitties like to say hi. If Mystique was here, she'd find a way to find my keyboard and step on it. An awful lot of preserving and do a lot of things old school. If it has become a goal now, right? Oh yeah, I never did ask. How have you done the maple syrup yet this year, Gigi? I don't remember talking about it, but that might have been when I was off for the month. I was gonna ask how your maple syrup yield was this year. Thought I was doing so well, and then I noticed a fair few rows back I missed a stitch and had narrowing. Oh no, was it only one stitch? Because that's fairly easy to replace, like, or is it like drastically noticeable? Because one stitch is usually not so bad. Right? I was gonna say, you guys did 19 bottles last year? It's probably more of like every few years kind of thing, or at least every couple years. Oh, that sucks. It's not bad if you can hide it, but if it's like super noticeable, then unless you're like me who doesn't care about perfect imperfect, there are some imperfections that I have to fix, but for the most part, I like my imperfections. They're perfectly imperfect. So, God, I think it's my headache that I had from earlier decided to come back. I don't know. It's either the coffee or it was destined to come back. It's one of those ones where it like just starts to feel like your brain is swelling inside your skull. And then it kind of like simmers down for a little bit and then it comes back. I think if I was with the right people, I could totally do the whole like literally even like live off grid, like no internet kind of thing. I thrive when I'm like out of civilization. But I don't know if I could do it by myself. And also, I hate gardening. So. And of course, now that I stream and like hang out with people online, I would miss it if I got rid of it. But I know that I could totally do like a partial van life, which I think eventually, I don't know when, but that's sort of like almost like my end goal in life is to do like seasonal van life. So like in the winter, I would be home being like a homebody or whatever, and then in the summertime move into my van, which would have internet. I would get like Starlink or whatever, and I would take my streaming and fiber art on the road and just go and visit friends and family and find quiet places to just park my van. I wouldn't do like traveling like all over the place, but like at least, you know, like go visit people that I don't get to see that often because they live a little too far away. Okay. I wanted to do more, but it's not going to happen. This headache has made its claim and it does not want to go. Oh, dang it. I wanted to stream longer today. But apparently it's not going to happen. I need to take care of a headache in case it turns into. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is I gotta go take care of the headache. Yeah, we don't want Jams's head to explode on stream. Chill music for study, focus, and chilling, and you can collect animal spirits. One of them was a spider made of wool balls named. Oh, that's kind of cool. That is actually really cool. All right. Well, I didn't get to stream as long as I wanted to tonight because all of a sudden a headache came on, and it's not a slow progressing one. It is definitely getting worse. So I will be back tomorrow. I might actually do some spinning tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not too sure what I want to do tomorrow. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your evenings and days and whatever time zone it is. Thank you for hanging out with me and my chaos because my brain was all over the place today. And yeah, hopefully I can get some Tylenol or something into me and it kicks in. If not, Tylenol and sleep will definitely cure it. You guys have a wonderful night. Take care. Bye.